Hello, hello. Welcome to Verbling. Hi there, I'm Teacher Oakley. Today, we are going to be looking at word stress, much like we have been doing around this time for the last couple weeks. Today, a specific element of word stress will be covered. We're looking at set versus descriptive phrases and how we go about pronouncing these set versus descriptive phrases. Let me, before we start defining them and then looking at them and practicing, you guys will have lots of practice. And I'll be torturing you by introducing some set versus descriptive phrases. Anyway, that'll be fun for me, but that'll have to wait. First, let me welcome some students to the class. Hello, Cesar.
Hi, everyone.
Hi. How are you?
I'm fine. And you, teacher?
Right as rain. I'm great, thank you. Where are you from, Cesar?
I'm from Mexico.
Okay, terrific. Well, welcome to the class. Happy to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, I'd also like to welcome Seungjeong. Seungjeong. Hi.
Yes.
Seungjeong. Am I saying your name? Am I saying your
Yes.
name correctly?
Actually, my name is Song Jong Lee, but just call me.
Okay.
Yes, but just call me Jong, please. Just last
Jong.
one. Yes.
Jong. Okay.
Yes.
Jong, you've got it. You can just call me Oakley. And
Yes.
all right. And I'm gonna guess you're from South Korea.
Yes. Right. Oh,
Okay.
you're a genius. Yes.
No, I am not a genius. I've had many South Korean students.
Oh,
I
really?
I worked in an academy for many years teaching Koreans, actually.
Okay.
Yes. Anyway, John, welcome to
Yes.
the class. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you.
Okay, and hello to Shell. Shell's with us again.
Good day, Oakley. Hi, everyone.
Hey to you. All right, we got a nice international crowd going today. Welcome, Shell. Nice to have you in class as always.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. And also, welcome to Zingyo.
Hi, teacher.
Hey, how you doing today?
Just so.
Just so. Okay. All right. We'll see if we can brighten your day. All right. I'll do my best. Okay, lady and gentlemen. Okay, set phrase, descriptor phrase. What on earth am I talking about? Does anybody know? What do I mean by what is a set phrase? Well, first of all, it's a phrase. That means it's more than one word. This we know. It's set. It's predetermined. Okay. Nobody knows? Nobody can guess. Okay.
Two words or
Two words.
two words or more than one. Two words or more than two words. Stay together.
Okay.
How would they set meaning?
With a set meaning. Okay, now that's the key. Usually two words, sometimes more, sometimes more than two words. But there's the key. A set phrase has a very specific meaning. Whereas a descriptive phrase, of course, is going to involve a describing word or an adjective and describing a noun. This can be confusing because sometimes a set phrase or a descriptive phrase can be exactly the same thing. Except you have to understand, is it a set phrase in context? In this sentence, is this a set phrase or Is it a descriptive phrase? Sometimes it's a lot easier in writing than it is in speaking. For example, okay, a blackboard, we can determine in writing a blackboard is a board, a rectangular smooth piece of wood, which is the color black. That's a descriptive phrase. Hand me that blackboard. I'm going to nail it to the wall. Okay, but of course a blackboard, which you write on in school, the teacher writes on a blackboard, is a compound noun. We can see it's obviously in writing, we can see the words are together, so it's very easy to determine in writing which of these forms is a compound noun and which, or a set phrase, and which is a descriptive phrase. It's quite easy. Okay, if I say the White House and it's capitalized, white and house, in writing we can see very obviously this is a set phrase. It has a very specific meaning. Cesar, who lives in the White House?
The U.S. president and his family.
Exactly. Very good. However, in writing, if it's not capitalized, it could be anybody's house. I live in the White House at the end of the street. Here's the thing. Notice the big difference in my pronunciation. Mr. Obama lives in the White House. White, high, house, low. It has compound noun syllable stress. Okay. White, high on the first one, on the main syllable, where there's only one syllable in white, and low on the second, house. The White House. Okay. Whereas I live in the White House. The White House. It starts to go up, house, and it continues to go up to house. I live in the White House at the end of the street. So here, white is lower and house is higher in pitch. I'm talking about low and high pitch, which is essential to being comprehended speaking English. Now, of course, sometimes it's hard to tell. And also I want to make another point here. I'm going to need some help. So, Jong, can you
Yes.
see the Verbling chat box?
Oh, yes. I can see.
Okay, I just typed a word in there. Can you read that word for me?
Okay. Conditioner.
Okay. Very good, Jong. Conditioner. All right. The syllable stress is on dish, right?
Yes.
Conditioner. All right. We hear a rising pitch. That's a primary stress. It's called primary stress, and it's on the dish, the DIT part. You said that correctly. Now, Jong, stay with me. I'm going to type in another word. All right. Can you see that one?
Yes.
Please read it.
Air conditioner.
Oh, what happened there? How come the first time Jong pronounced it conditioner, and in the second set phrase, compound noun, set phrase, he pronounced it conditioner? He went down. Conditioner. Probably without thinking about it, you said that exactly correctly. Very good. Air is high. And now our main stress in the word conditioner, instead of going up on dish, it goes down. Air conditioner. So there's a dip, and then it goes back to our unstressed syllables where it's sort of in the middle. Air conditioner. So we pronounce the word differently if it's part of a set phrase. The primary stress becomes low pitched, or what we call secondary stress. That's a secondary stress. Not primary is high and secondary is low. This happens. So we're concerned with the mainly stressed syllable in the word. That is the one that we're concerned with making high or low. And that can change when it's part of a set phrase. I'm going to do a screen share now so you guys can practice. And I want you to look at these examples. I'm going to have you read some sentences and practice set versus descriptive. Okay. All right. So typically in American English, again, when a noun follows an adjective, the noun gets the stress. A soft chair. All right. Fine. If the two words form either a compound noun or a set phrase, there is a slight difference. The stress goes on the first word. Again, and the main point is that a set phrase has a specific meaning. Let me make this a little bigger. Okay, let's try this out. Shell, I'm going to try. I would like to hear you read this sentence here. I've highlighted with a whiteboard. This is an adjective plus a noun, descriptive phrase. Can you read the sentence for me, please?
He nailed a whiteboard onto the side of the house.
All right. Now try the same thing as a compound noun. Down here.
The teacher wrote the assignments on the whiteboard.
Whiteboard. Okay. Very good. Good job. He nailed a whiteboard. It starts to go up already. A whiteboard. It just goes up more. It's already starting to go up because an adjective it has concrete meaning. All right. It is a content word, not a function word. So we need to add a little more stress to it. But most of the stress goes on board. He nailed a whiteboard onto the side of the house. And then, of course, whiteboard is clearly a compound noun. Two words glued together, but a very distinct and specific meaning. Zinyo, let's try softball. Try reading this sentence.
The baby played with a softball.
Okay. The baby played with a soft ball. Notice something else is going on here. You may notice definitely ball is higher, but this also is the last word in the sentence. And this is a statement. So I also must concern myself, actually, with intonation. Intonation demands that I fall slightly at the end of a statement when I'm sure of my information. So I'm going to hear a soft ball, all. There's a little high-low hook. The baby played with a soft ball, all. Even though it's one syllable, I'm going to drag out the sound a little bit and go high, then low. This is very common in English. It's very easy, of course, like Shell's second example, whiteboard. It's very easy because board has to go low anyway, so it fits my intonation pattern already. a little more hard to do when your last word needs to be stressed. You've got to put a little hook in there. Ah, ah, a little high, and then a quick hook low. Okay, Xingyu, try the compound now.
Our team won the softball game last night.
Okay. Our team won the softball game last night. Uh-oh. Softball. Notice also when we're doing, especially compound nouns, but set phrases, it's not a drag sound like ball. It's not like that. It's like a
Softball.
stair. It's not like a gently rolling hill. It's softball. Uh-oh. It just falls down a cliff in pitch.
Softball.
That's it. Very suddenly and quickly. It's like stair steps. It drops very quickly. It's not blended into high, low. It's just dropped. Softball. Okay. Let's see if you guys, now, this is clearly outlined, this example. Now you guys are I'm going to give you guys examples where I'm not going to tell you which is which. I just want to hear you pronounce it and see how you do. Cesar, you're going to start with greenhouse. All right.
We live in a beautiful greenhouse. She grew lovely flowers in her greenhouse.
Okay. All right. Nice job. Not bad at all. We live in a beautiful greenhouse. House. All right. House. Nice hook. Good job with the ending word, getting the intonation as well, and perfect on the compound. Obviously, this is a compound word, greenhouse. All right. Excellent job. All right. Cesar, do you know what a greenhouse is, by the way?
Yes, it is a special building with a special special conditions for some plants in order they grow in in a environment, in a controlled environment.
Mm-hmm. Very good. That's right. Exactly. Very good. Sometimes now called a hothouse or a greenhouse. Same thing. Okay. Next one, Zhang. Go ahead and try these two sentences.
Okay. If you have a lot of greenbacks, you are ready.
I need to hear a little more high on green. This is the compound noun. If you had a lot of greenbacks, that's better. Greenbacks, you are wealthy. Zhang, do you know what greenbacks are here in the first sentence?
I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of suck. I don't know.
It's money. U.S. American dollars are sometimes called greenbacks. Okay.
Okay. Oh, okay.
All right. Try sentence number 2, Zhang.
The parrot has a brightly colored greenback.
Greenback. Okay. The parrot has a brightly colored green back. Basically, because brightly colored, it starts to go down, and then it starts to rise back up. Green back. Okay? So, another, as I was mentioning, whereas a compound or a set phrase drops like a stair step, high, low, this sentence, it kind of blends one high and low. It blends like rolling hills. Okay, that's part of English rhythm. So it's not going to just, it's not distinctive in a descriptive phrase. It blends one into the other. Just generally, here, back would be higher. Brightly colored green back. Try this again, John. I would like to hear you try this one more time.
Okay. The parrot has a brightly colored green bag.
Okay, that was much better. That was lovely. Good job. Okay, Shell. Yellow jacket.
Be careful not to get stung by a yellow jacket.
Okay. A yellow jacket. Okay.
Wear your yellow jacket to dinner tonight.
All right. Okay. Obviously, sentence 2 sounded very good. All right. Obviously, sentence 2 is the descriptive phrase. Wear your yellow jacket to dinner tonight. Be careful not to get stung by a yellow jacket. Yellow jacket. Especially with, I really go high on this. Yellow jacket.
Yellow jacket.
What is a yellow jacket? Do you know?
Is it a bee?
Very good. Yeah, they're nasty. It is a bee, and their stings they're a little bit more toxic, and their stings hurt a lot more than some bees. I don't know if you realize that, but some bees are worse than others. More colors. All right, blue book. Xingyu, give this one a try.
Number
Xingyu?
1.
Yeah.
Teacher, can you hear me?
Yes, I can now.
Number 1. She left the blue book on the counter. Number 2. What's the blue book? What's the blue book value of your car?
What is the blue book value of your car? What is the blue book value of your car? So, high on blue, low on book, high again on value. Value. So up, down, up, down. What is the blue book value of your car?
What is the blue book value of your car?
All right. And the first one, she left the blue book on the counter.
She left the blue book on the counter.
Okay, fine. Yeah, that was fine. All right, Xingyu, what on earth is what do we mean here? Blue book value. How would you know this? How could any of you guys know this? Does anybody know this, actually? What is a blue book?
Yes, I know what blue book means.
Yeah? Okay.
It is a special book that contains the prices of the cars, the market prices of the cars.
Prices.
So if
Very
you
good.
if you want to sell or buy a car, you can take the price or the price in the specified price in the blue book in order to get an idea how much your car or the car you are going to buy
what its value is, right? Right, that's exactly right. In America, the banks use a blue book to determine if they're going to give you a loan. If you want to borrow $10,000 for a car that blue books at $5,000, guess what? The bank is never going to lend you $10,000. The most they will lend you is $5,000. They're never going to lend you more than the blue book value. Also, when you pay taxes on the car or registration, or you pay taxes for buying the car, they're going, even if you paid less, if the blue book value is $5,000, even if you only paid $500, you have to pay the blue book value for the car, even if you got a good deal. So taxes, all the official government valuations are done with a blue book. That's the way it works in America. So even if you get a great deal and you buy a car cheap, you still have to pay higher taxes. The government's going to get you one way or the other. Very good. Hello, Heidi. Welcome to the class, Heidi.
Hello.
Hi, hello. Hello. We're practicing stress patterns for set and descriptive phrases. Can you try Bluebell reading these two sentences? First, number one.
Oh, I'm sorry. What lovely bluebells you have grown in your garden.
Okay.
Ring the bluebell first and then the red one.
Okay. Very good. Bluebells. What lovely bluebells you have growing in your garden. All right. Bluebells. Very abrupt switch from high, low, bluebell. And the second one sounded very good. Ring the bluebell first and then the red one. Okay. All right. That was actually very good. A couple things going on in this second sentence. You have a contrast which demands that you stress blue and red because you have a difference here, a contrast, which Heidi did. But since we have this descriptive phrase, ring the bluebell first, we're actually going to basically be stressing both of these. Bluebell, ring the bluebell first, and then the red one. All right. When we have contrast, we use higher pitch on the contrasting sounds because blue is describing bell quite closely, quite obviously, adjective, noun. Both get stressed, really. Heidi, what are bluebells in the first sentence?
Flower.
Yeah, that's right. They're a type of flower. Very good. Okay. Cesar, back to you. Orange juice.
Drinking orange juice is good for a cold.
All right.
Do you want orange juice or purple juice?
Okay. Purple juice. Very good. Good job. Drinking orange juice. Right. This is the compound noun. Do you want orange juice or purple juice? Okay. Very good. Nice job. Also, again, we have a contrast. Good job combining this, blending orange juice, where it slowly blends together and climbs. That was a very good job. Excellent. Okay, Zhang, pink eye.
Okay. My white rabbit has a pink eye. The baby got pink eye and was very unhappy.
All right. The first one, all right, it's the end of the sentence, so I understand you have to use falling intonation. But it's got to be one of, this is where you run into that little hook. Hi-lo, hi-lo. My white rabbit has pink eye. I, high, and then low. Can you try this one again, Zhang?
Oh, yes. My white rabbit has a pink eye.
That was much better. All right, that's good. And the baby got pink eye. Very abrupt. High, low. My baby got pink eye and was very unhappy. What on earth is pink eye? Zhang?
Uh, Maybe he or she is tired.
No. What do we, Shell, what do we call this in the Philippines? It's not pink eye.
Sore eyes.
Sore eyes. That's what you, yeah, that's what you say, which I always thought was very funny. I had no idea the first time I heard, oh yes, sore eyes. I thought you actually had painful eyes because you got poked in the eye with a stick or something. I had no idea what people were talking about. Americans call it pink eye. Actually, it's a very common ailment called conjunctivitis. And your eyes get get red and puffy. Very common. Children get it a lot. It's highly contagious. The real name is conjunctivitis. But Americans, for whatever reason, call it pink eye. Here where I currently live in the Philippines, they call it sore eyes. I don't know what you call it in Korea, actually. But, yeah, that's what it is. Shell, how about next one here?
In Tennessee, blooming redbuds are a sign of spring. The rose bush has red buds all over it.
Oh, that was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Very clear. Up, high, low on the compound noun. Redbuds, which are quite obviously a flower. And nice red buds all over it. Okay, excellent job. All right, here's the White House. Xingyu?
The president lived in the White House. Meet me
What?
at the big tree in front of the cold White House.
Okay, first of all, president. Z sound. President. The president.
President
Okay, better. Lives in the White House. High, low.
lived in the White House.
That's better. All right. Okay, second one. Meet me at the big tree in front of the old White House. Old White House.
The old White House.
Okay. Notice that old White House. Basically, these two are at the old and white when we have combined adjectives. Basically the same pitch. Same tone. And then house, last word, house. A little higher and then hooks low because we need the final falling intonation. All right. Okay, we're going to get into some harder ones here in a minute. Heidi, red coat.
In the Revolutionary War, the British were known as the Redcoats. Her red
Good.
coat was getting too small for her.
All right. Again, perfect. All right, you guys are sounding very good. Her red coat was getting too small for her. Okay. Red coats, right? British military in the old days were called red coats. All right. Cesar. Cesar? Can you try
Yes,
briefcase?
briefcase. He bought a new leather briefcase for his job. The lawyer finished the briefcase in one day.
Okay, very good. So brief, short case. All right. He bought. All right.
But
Yeah, you don't need that. Yeah, that's better. You don't really need the W sound. Very good. Bought a new leather briefcase. All right. Cesar, do you have a briefcase?
kind of.
Me too. Kind of. Okay. Briefcase, of course, for carrying documents. Lawyers and businessmen carry a briefcase frequently. Okay, Jong, how about next one? This one might be a little more challenging.
Okay. He had not visited his mother in some time. Sometime
Very good.
I'd like to go to Paris.
Okay, sorry to interrupt you. Very good. I was just impressed with the first one. In some time. Nice intonation and nice pronunciation. He had not visited his mother in some time. I like the stretching of the vowels to emphasize it. That was very good. Okay, that was an excellent job. Sometime I'd like to go to Paris. Okay. Now, all right, we'll finish up the next, just to finish the round. Shell, sidekick.
The soccer player gave the ball a side kick into the goal. Batman depends on his sidekick, Robin.
Okay, sidekick. Right. Sidekick into the goal. All right, very good. What is a sidekick? Compound noun.
Assistant?
Yeah, like an
A
assistant.
partner in crime?
Partner in crime would be a synonymous phrase. Okay, excellent. Pink slip, Zinio.
John didn't tell his wife he had gotten a pink slip at work today. Her pink slip was showing under her dress.
Okay. You can use more of an abrupt high-low, a pink slip at work today in the first sentence. Zinio, what is a pink slip?
Pink slip.
Do you have any idea?
I don't know. Let me check this.
Well, again, very American, so very cultural. A pink slip is a notification that you're being laid off, that you're no longer employed. Sometimes in a very large company, when they lay off 200 or 500 employees, they don't actually call them into the manager's office and say, I'm sorry, we're going to have to let you go. They just give them a pink slip in their mailbox or give them an email. Okay, so it used to be an actual pink piece of paper, which is the pink copy, one copy, white copy, yellow copy, pink copy. The employee got the pink copy. It used to be that, but now it can mean like an email or any kind of notification that you don't work there anymore. Okay, and the second sentence, her pink slip. A slip is kind of like an underwear dress that women wear under a dress. I don't know, but it's a type of underwear. Okay, Heidi, blue collar.
The coffee left a stain on his blue collar. Most factory employees are known as blue-collar workers.
Okay, blue collar workers. All right. And here's another case where, okay, all right, blue collar workers. All right, the normally high blue collar. The normally high first syllable becomes low, and when it's used as a set phrase. Now, this is definitely a set phrase, a blue collar worker. Okay, you've got a bunch more, but I would like to do something a little different. And that is, I'm going to type in some, I'm going to do another screen share, and I'm going to type in some different words because two-word phrases are sometimes quite tricky to decide if is it really a set phrase or a descriptive phrase. So I'm going to just go around the room, and I'm going to have you try this. Also, there's some weird set phrases that don't use the normal compound noun stress pattern. I want to see if you can locate them. So I'm going to throw some curveballs at you. I'm going to throw some tricky ones at you and see if you guys can figure it out. Cesar, I'm going to start with you. All right? I'm just going to type something in, and I want you to read it. Okay, there it is. Oh, I didn't do my screen share. Duh. Sorry. Sorry.
No worries.
Stupid me. Okay. All right, there it is.
Main Street.
Very good. All right. He's highlighting Main. Main Street. Okay. Main Street. That gets the. All right. I'll highlight it with yellow. You're very correct. Main Street. However, Cesar, I'm not done with you yet. What if I say, what if I say this?
Oak Boulevard.
Okay. What are you highlighting there?
Boulevard.
Indeed you are, and that is correct. Nice job. Now here's something that's a little bit weird. When we use street in English, we speak it just like a compound noun, a set phrase. But the name of the street in any other word, boulevard, we have a lot of them, road, trace, highway,
Avenue.
avenue, thank you. There's a lot of words for street in English. Whenever we use the name of a street and any of these other words, only with street do we actually use the compound set phrase pitch pattern. Everything else, Oak Boulevard, Oak Road, Oak Trace, Oak Highway, Oak Avenue, we stress the second word. This is weird. It's a weird exception. You know, it's English. I can't explain it. It's crazy. But anyway, there it is. Excellent job, Cesar. Most people don't pick that up. All right, let's try another one. Here's a tricky one. Okay. Okay, John.
Yes.
Go ahead and try this one.
Okay. English teacher.
English teacher. Okay. Would you say that I'm an English teacher?
The phrase.
Yeah.
No. Yes.
I'm just asking yes or no. Am I an English teacher?
Yes, you are.
Yes, I am. Okay. So you're stressing this first word, correct?
Yes.
Yes. But on the other hand, I'll tell you what. Maybe you have a teacher who's teaching math, but he's from England.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
then what happens? Then he becomes an English teacher. Okay? So the exact same two words, it depends. Does he teach English or is he from England? All right? If he teaches English, then it's a set phrase. He's an English teacher. If he's from England and you're just using it to describe where he's from, then he's an English teacher.
Oh, okay.
Aha! It can be quite tricky. Okay.
So the first one is English teacher, and the second case, English teacher, right?
Very good. That was quite excellent, actually.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Shell. What do you think?
Chinese food.
All right. I think that was fairly clear. That Shell was emphasizing, stressing Chinese food. Sure. Okay, we're talking about nationality, and important for everything except people. Now this is very weird. Okay, so Chinese food, not Chinese food, Chinese food or Chinese guy. He's a Chinese guy. Notice how low I go on guy. Xingyu is a Chinese guy. All right. Okay, but if he was a teacher, I would have to say he's a Chinese teacher. He's a Chinese teacher. Sorry. Okay, if he's a teacher but not teaching Chinese, I'm confusing myself. It would still work the same way as my previous example with Zhang. So it gets a little bit tricky. Mostly for nationalities, we're going to emphasize the nationality word, the first word. Except when we're talking about teachers or professors. Professors, same thing. All right, so it's a little bit of a weird situation.
Okay, I got it.
Okay,
Chinese
I hope you do.
teacher.
I confused
Yes.
myself. Xingyu, how about this? What are you going to do now?
Bob Simmons.
Well, Smith.
Bob Smith.
Okay, what gets more stress, Bob or Smith?
And keep the balance.
Well, that's a safe answer. Okay,
Bob
there,
Smith.
Bob Smith. Normally, Bob Smith. All right. Normally, the second word, the surname. Okay, but I'll tell you, this is easily transferable. I mean, I can move the stress around. In names, it's easy to move the stress around. Bob Smith, superhero. All right. If my next syllable following Smith is going to be a normally highlighted. Okay. Well, let me write it so you can see it. Superhero is actually a set phrase. So, of course, I need to stress super. All right. In this case, sure, I say Bob Smith, superhero. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Right. But how about this one? Mm-hmm. Okay, a name and a title. Tricky tricks. Okay, how would I say this? Heidi?
Bob Smith, assistant manager.
Actually, it would be the other way. Bob Smith, assistant manager. Weird. With titles, if we say the title, now this is going to be a little different if we use acronyms, but if we say the title, assistant manager, assistant, obviously, assistant, this is the stressed, normally stressed, assistant, he's my assistant, assistant manager. Instead, it's going to be low, assistant manager.
Assistant manager.
That's it. All right.
I have a question. English teacher.
Yeah.
If we say Chinese English teacher.
Good one. I like that.
Chinese English teacher. How can I?
Yeah, that's a. I'm gonna have to. That gets tricky. He's from China. Okay, I would automatically assume. Obviously, he's from China. and he's teaching, okay, Chinese English teacher. That's how I would say it. Chinese, he's a Chinese English teacher. He's a Chinese English teacher. Now, notice what I'm doing here as well. I've got another problem here, but this is frequent in English. Not frequent, I'm sorry, it's rare, but it does happen, and we have to be aware of this. In the word just by itself, Chinese, the stress syllable is ease. All right, that's the stress part. If you're going to follow this word with another word with a stressed syllable, which is English, the first syllable, English, is obviously the stressed syllable. Strangely enough, we modify the syllable in front, not the syllable after. So Chinese, is low, ing, back high, Chinese English teacher. He's a Chinese English teacher. Yeah, that's it. It seems very... So I'm still working with English teacher as my set phrase in Chinese is merely an adjective I'm putting in front of it. Nevertheless, I do have to do some tricky things here. I have to change this from a high stress to a low stress. I don't have any choice. There is no way in English, by the way, that I can have two primary stress in a row. I will have to modify my stress patterns. It just can't happen. It sounds like you're hysterically screaming. A Chinese English teacher. It sounds weird. The whole point of having stress and unstress in syllables in English is so you can up and modulate up and down. So that's a very good question. You do have to do some weird things. In some cases, you have to change normal word stress. But that's okay. You have to do what you have to do. Okay. Well, okay. Cesar, how about this?
New York.
New York. New York. San Jose. San Francisco. Los Angeles. Where's the stress?
Uy. I guess it is in the New York.
New York. Is it New York or is it New York? I live in New York. I live in Los Angeles.
Well, so I changed my mind. Is the second word.
It is
New
the
York.
second one. But
New
just
York.
just like names, here's the thing. With names, names of people, names of companies, names of cities, names of states, names, whatever, countries. We commonly, if we need to, we can switch the stress, and you will hear this quite commonly in speaking in movies and television shows. You will hear it flip-flopped. But if it's, where are you from? New York. All right. If it's just one word answer, all right, the normal stress is going to be on the second one, San Francisco.
New York, San Francisco, Los Angeles,
That's
San
it.
Jose. Okay.
San Jose. Yeah, you got it. Same thing. Now, this may seem weird, but try this one. Zhang.
Yes.
Try this one.
Central Park.
No, that sounds weird.
Central Park.
Central Park. Yes. Central Park. Second syllable stress. Okay?
Okay.
Things that are... All right, this is a little weird. Okay, but Central Park, let's see. Let's see. Okay, there's a There's a tough one. All right, shall. Whoops. What did I do? There you go. Shall, how about this one?
Where is it? Main Street? Oh,
No.
Smithsonian Museum.
Smithsonian Museum.
Smithsonian Museum.
All right. There's enough syllables here, so Smithsonian Museum, we can add a little stress to here and here. Museum. Museum.
Oh,
But the second word is going to have a little bit more stress. Smithsonian Museum. Smithsonian Museum. So really,
Smithsonian Museum.
this is going to go down. The Smithsonian Museum. If you have a chance, you should go to the Smithsonian Museum. It's a wonderful place. Okay. So it's a little bit complicated with some of these. Okay, one more, and I'm not ending the class on time, but I really have to. I really have to do this. Cesar. Nope, sorry. Heidi. One more here before we go.
IQ.
IQ. What's your IQ? No, that's a bad example because it has intonation. I have a 100 IQ. Mm-hmm. Okay. How about US?
US.
US. Okay. All right. If I add A?
USA.
USA. IQ. What's your IQ? Okay. Also, kind of used as a standard phrase, but like names, any of these names, names of people, names of cities, and even also these acronyms, they're easy to change around to fit your rhythm. It's okay. They're modified easily. Versatile. Okay, I'm definitely out of time, overtime. Thank you very much. I hope you learned a little something about set and descriptive phrases. See you guys again next time. Thank you.
Thank